What's up, YouTube? It is Robert R. Ricks, aka the motherfucking Angry Jackalope, coming at you in stereo, not mono, left side headphones for motherfuckers to get that inside shit. And, alright. So, what are we gonna talk about today? Well, I've been very, very busy, and before we get to that, let's say hello to everybody that is here. First and foremost, let's say hello to the apocalyptic Bone Daddy. Hello, hello. And then we will say hello to the Jackalope. And then we will say hello to the Magic Jackalope. What's up, Magic motherfucker in his house? Then we say what's up to the Backwoods Hickalope. Oh yeah, it's like we never left. That's right, it's kind of odd, right? It's kind of odd. And then Brian. What's up, Brian? Oh, you made it in perfect time. We're just getting started. And then Magic says, we're all went from the den to the living room. Actually, you just kind of went like this. So, I have one machine. Boom. Right here. And then, when I get done, I push this microphone over here to the side. See that microphone? Here, I'll lift it up. You can see it. This is the one I sit in front of when we do the other show. And then, I go... I rotate over here. See that? See that pivot? So here, back up. I'll bump my knee on shit. So I'm like this. Done. Then I spin over this way. Boom! I start the shit over here. Isn't that kind of fun? So I made sure I had different backdrops. So this one's got Thanos because it's more geeky. See right here, we got the other hand. Predator. Got the Predator right there, you know. And then fucking Godzilla right there. Deadpool. I mean, you know, it's more of the geeky shit. This is more of the geeky fun shit. You know, feel me what I'm saying? And it also covers my writing and all the other stuff that I'm into. So, all right, let's continue, shall we? Let's see. Garen Thanolope. See? Thanolope. Thanolope. Hello, Thanolope. And the Bronx Jackalope. Let's see here. And that's everybody. That's everybody here. Did you guys hear that Charlie Brown Thanksgiving is racist? I did see something about that, but I don't know what the fuck that's all about. I mean, other than just fucking more circle jerk stupidity. But my good friends, I'm gonna share stuff with you that I'm so fucking excited about. So let's start it. So, some of you may recall, if you look at this book cover that's right there, and this is the old book cover, by the way. Actually, I gotta change this fucking artwork. That's the old book cover. That's not even a new fucking book cover anymore. But there is a character named Valk. That's her. Oh, Valk, stop pointing at me. High five. Okay, so this is Valk. Valk has a specific knife that she likes. Her preferred knife is called a motherfucking Mac 7. Bam. So, this Mac 7 right here. Mac 7 right here. This shit, I'm giving away. I'm going to give this motherfucker away right here. This is the big one. And so one side's going to say Mac 7 like this, Tops USA. When you flip this bitch over, it's going to say Magic really sucks. And hold up. We're not even fucking done. Okay? Not even done. No! Because, peep this shit out here. It comes in, you know, hey, what the fuck? Did I break it? Did I break my shit? Why don't I see myself anymore? Let me do this. I think Valk broke it. There, I'm back. Yeah, Valk broke that shit. This bitch broke the internet. Damn it, Valk. You're too goddamn sexy. You're too sexy. Damn you. With your evil tattoos and your beautiful necklace. Oh, you likes the knockers? You likes the knockers? I'll give you a better view of the knockers. Knockers, do 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 do. Punk, 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 punk. Ow, Valk, stop fucking poking me. So anyway, listen to this shit, guys. Listen, I hate ballistic nylon sheaths. I have a Mac 7. It was gonna be my Iron Fist blade because it's green and white and black, right? Or actually green and black, I think. And it's actually got the laser etchings of the Iron Fist logo, but it's in ballistic nylon. So when I was coming up with this contest, I thought the Mac 7 was still going to be rocking and rolling. So I was a little surprised to find out they discontinued it. It's gone. You shall not get it again unless you win the shit here. Now, here's the cool thing. I said, look, man, all right, fuck it. We're going balls to the walls. How much for you guys to make me a sheath with it? A Kydex sheath with a dangler. With a dangler. And they're like, yes. And I'm like, oh, and this bitch is symmetrical? Symmetrical? Leather sheath would have been cool, but that would have been pushing way too fucking far. Because Tops, they ain't making that much leather sheaths. You feel me? But they do make Kydex. So I was like, fuck it. Kydex beats nylon. Every day. All day. Every day. So they said yes. I'm like, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. I'm like, okay, that's hot. That is bam. So this right here, this particular art is going to be part of the ad that I'm going to do, because she's going to be sitting there pointing at the blade right next to her. And then there's going to be ways for you to enter the contest and everything else. Now, for you good motherfuckers that have already pre-ordered my book, you guys are already entered into the contest and some other stuff that I'm working on. So we're not done with Valk, because I mentioned there's going to be multiple contests. I've been talking about that. So the very first pin, the little 2.5 inch by 2.5 inch pin, features none other than Valk. So this is Valk walking around with a 50 on her back. So she's rolling with a 50 fucking BMG back there. And so this one, you can imagine this one in a pin. And these are going to be numbered. Okay? So they'll be called, like, that pin, for example, will be called 50 cal Valk, because that's going to be that's a photo of her with the 50 cal. And with that 50 cal, there'll be 50 of these. Yeah, 50, right? 50 pins for $25. Yeah, 50 pins, all numbered 1 through 50. And so there'll be random times when I'm doing stuff where I'll say, all right, Apocalyptic, later, brother. You have fun. The Apocalyptic, the pins, they're gonna be like silent entries into contests, and they might enter into some other stuff, because I'm also doing another contest with Valk with, boom, Team Jackal 5. Yep, this is the blade that Craig and him just pulled out of retirement, and I ordered one. And so there's going to be 2 different contests. 2 different contests, 2 different blades around the book. So the first one is kind of a pre-release and then this Team Jackal is going to be the very next contest to follow right behind it, so that way I can keep it going. I'm going to keep it going. So that's that. Now, the other thing I'm going to be doing is, you guys that, follow me on fucking Facebook and shit like that, there's going to be little animations and stuff you guys are going to be seeing. I'll run it. You'll see. So, because I'm curious to see if Magic will recognize this character, because Magic is probably one of the few people that's read all 3 of the books. So he hasn't read just the very first book, but he's read all 3 of them. So, without further ado, here is the very first animated piece that I rocked out here. Here we go. So what those are going to be are like kind of like the moving animation stuff. So I'll sprinkle those in different places. So as people are going through timelines and they see shit moving, they'll click on it. You know what I mean? And the goal here is to get people to check shit out. You know what I mean? Because I did some research. I was looking at other authors and I was kind of curious. What other authors do to promote their shit. And I was fucking surprised. That's usually it. Nothing. Nada. Ni madre. Fucking nothing. And I'm like, are you serious? Wow. I would have thought smaller authors to medium size would be hustling their ass off to promote shit. Magic got it. Hey, Magic, say hello to Sparkles! So I had an issue. I had a problem. I can't fucking render out a cat. Nobody has a fucking, well, okay, so Garen, the problem is the set is not available, because here's the problem. My publisher right now, Black Rose, they picked up. What's up, Roy? My hey Roy, you want to say hello to Valk? Valk says hi. Do you approve of her? Do you like her, Roy? I think she's cool. I think you would get along very fucking well with her. Oh shit! And then, so the problem with Sparkles was, she's a cat. She's a very specific cat, right? So she's a fucking Norwegian forest cat with iridescent fur. Do you know how fucking hard, even if I could get a fucking cat model with the fur texture to make each strand iridescent in the light when the light hits it? That would be fucking ridiculous. Ridiculous. So I said, you know what? Luckily for me, there's a couple of parts in pretty much all the books where she shapeshifts, and I was like, okay, that's cool because if I have her shapeshift, I'll have a couple of features like her eyes. There'll be other little cat-like features that here, let me see if I can get it big enough. There we go. So she's like, meow, 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 meow. Those eyes are fucking badass. And so what I did is I also came up with this sketch. So I found a sketch that somebody had done of a Norwegian forest cat. I went in and darkened up the lines, colored it, added the prismatic iridescent shit in there just for a real loose thing. And then I will actually recreate something very similar to this as one of the things. And I was cracking up. I was like, "You so fey." So anyway, Garen, getting back to your original question, the publisher only opted out for book one. Yes, exactly, like Mother of Pearl. But the other two books, they're just floating in limbo. So I think what's going to happen is if I'll give you his number. He's in PA. Oh, that's a different question. Oh, you know what? I think I can answer this question. I have some Yellowhawk shit. Let's see here. Let me get back. I'll get back to the question here in a second. If I buy a second, I'll get a Kydex. Let's see. Yellowhawk custom. Yeah, I actually have a Doug Wilson. I have one of his sheets. Let's see. Yellowhawk is good. Haven't seen his prices. He prices depending on the blade, on the length. That's what he prices off of, and options. So if you want dangling with leather and you want other attachments, he'll tell you what those prices are. Let's see. Just a basic Kydex with a dangler should be pretty quick. I think for my M4X Punisher, which is basically just plain Kydex and a dangler, I think I paid, I want to say I spent $75-$80 or something like that. But that was, oh my God, over 2 years ago. So his prices might be different now because he is fucking, he's doing it now. He's got a good following and everything else. But oh no, the voices returned. By the way, we missed the character voices. Yeah. As far as how many copies have I sold so far, Roy, I don't know, because unfortunately for me, I don't get those numbers until the pre-release numbers. I think he's supposed to give it to me prior to launch. When we launch, I get numbers every 3 months. Every quarter, I get to look at the books and see how much have sold through. So that's kind of the problem going through a publisher. Now, if this publisher doesn't option to pick up the other two books, like I'm talking timely, like it within quarter one, quarter two, then I'm just gonna put them out myself. Oh my God, what the fuck is it? Oh, hang on. What's going on here? Okay, there. We got it back. Meow, 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 meow. I think Sparkles just wanted to come back. Meow, 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 meow. Okay. So then I might just put it out myself. I might self-publish at that point because um, I'm I'm waiting to see just what the publisher can do for me, and if the publisher can get certain doors open for me, and they decide not to option books 2 and 3, then I'll be like, oh, that's fine. I'd hope they would, but again, when you're dealing with publishers, then the problem is now you're on the schedule where it might be half a year out before your book hits the street. You know what I mean? And 2 and 3, they're edited, they're ready to rock and roll. So I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. Garen says, freaking me out. Meow 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 meow. So as far as also Roy, I know off the top of my head the people that have told me that they've done pre-orders is already way beyond anything that happened with Convergence 2012 because people were they were taking pictures of the receipts and they were messaging me. So there's been about 21. So 21 people I'm pretty sure that I know for a fact have done pre-orders, which is pretty fucking amazing, to be completely honest with you guys, because here's the fucked up thing. Most of the people that did the pre-orders were like this, were you guys. And a lot of them, their money is not next to no discretionary income. And then a lot of my other friends that are a lot looser and have a lot more discretionary, crickets. So, go fucking figure. Go figure. Let's see. Meow 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 freaking meow. Let's see. Only one problem with Kydex, too noisy for me. It can be noisy depending on how it's wrapped and depending on how snug a fit you got. I have a couple of sheets that they fit like a glove. It's amazing. And you could Yagalop says right here, you could also do hybrids. I've seen some people that have put some material on the inside and they have a little clasp on the outside, so it still holds it snug and it just slides out. It's not like this. Like this one. Hear that sound? Because of that lockup. But once it's locked up, there's not a lot of rattle to it. In fact, there you go. So the only noise that comes out is because it's so snug is that little slide, and then when you re-click it. So some of them can be done where there's not really a lot of problems to it. You know what I mean? Yeah, that loud click. That's exactly right. Let's see. Backwards. I don't read books, but want to help a brother out. Yeah, I appreciate that. The other thing too is, I fully plan on being kind of the upstart rebel of the literary world, just for the simple fact that I have hit nothing but resistance with these books, and it really bugs me because I get it with like Convergence 2012. There was a lot of language in that and blah blah blah. And even my Sordid Adventures of Farouk Fantuk and Jizzy J, like I fully expect to get a lot of blowback from shit like that. But like Magic Really Sucks, I'm really proud of it because it's got, I consider it like a PG-13 movie. So it's got a good amount of action to it. It's got a good amount of twist to it, and it's just a fun ride. And it does tackle on some of the social issues we deal with. People on their fucking cell phones and conspiracy stuff. I mean, there's some fun things in there for people who are kind of in the know and understand some of the things that I'd like to look at and fuck around with, and it's fun stuff. And the language in there and everything else is just, it just flows so well. You know what I mean? And it was a big experiment, and one of the biggest problems I had with these fucking agents. Oh my god, some of these fucking agents so fucking pretentious and so arrogant. You know, I start off with my introduction letter that states, I did an experiment because with my Convergence 2012, I found I was losing people with a lot of the description and a lot of the other stuff. And as I watched my kids read, so say here's a block of text, descriptive paragraph, no conversation. I'd see them start, and they would see there's conversation down here, and they would, boom, jump to the conversational thing. And I'd chuckle myself. And they'd read the conversation and go, oh, wait, there's something I'm missing. They'd go back up, and they'd read, oh, that's what he's talking about. Okay? And so I thought about that and said, you know what? I'm going to experiment. And I did an experiment, and I experimented with my kids because two of them don't really fucking read. They don't. They don't like to read, period. And as they read with the way that I formatted it, they loved it, you know? And there's been a few people that pushed back, said, you know, this is too dialogue heavy and everything else. And I get that. That's fine. You know, there's some folks that like to have a lot of description. They like a slow burn. They like a lot more character development. They like a lot more suspense or whatever. Just more descriptive text inside of a story. But what irritated me about these agents was they weren't saying that that was a problem. What they were saying was shit like, you can't push a plot with dialogue. And I'm like, are you fucking daft? Are you fucking stupid? You can't push a plot with dialogue. Then how the fuck do we tell each other stories? Because as far as I know, as I sit here with you guys doing this, I'm not sitting here saying, the air in the room around me dropped noticeably by 2 degrees, although the heat I felt inside my hat jumped 10 degrees because of my elevated anger. Okay, no. I'm telling you guys a situation that's going on, and through observation with your eyes or whatever, you might glean some of that extra stuff. But for the most part, you could be like this. You could be sitting there staring at a blank wall and listening to my conversation and understanding what the fuck I'm saying, and thus I'm pushing the plot with dialogue. So I'm like, come on, man. Some fucking people are just dumb. Let's see what else. Can't resist Rob. Hope it blows up, man. I like Style Sheath. Style Blade combo just works together. Matt Graham Blade. Ooh, nice. Condor. Yeah, Condors are nice. I want to get into some of that stuff. I like some of Matt's stuff, and I also like some of the Joe Flower stuff, but I haven't had a chance to. Roy. Yeah, Roy, you're one of the ones that doesn't like the dialogue stuff, but I wasn't going to call you out or anything. But anyway, you know, different people, different strokes for different folks, and you will never satisfy people 100% of the time. But what irked me about these agents was the fact that I pointed out in the description, in the sales points of the story, that it was an experiment that seemed to resonate very, very well with people who normally would be adverse to reading. Which you would think, that's kind of a good thing. We need to get more people fucking reading. But no. Nope. And so I'm like, okay, you're a fucking retard. You're fucking irritating me. You know? Like live PD on the TV sound off listening to. Exactly. That's my point. You don't have to look at somebody to get the story. You could hear it. You know what I mean? So I guess for blind people, except for Braille, you can't tell them a story, or they can't understand the context of something just off of sound alone. Anyway, it's just irritating to me, some of these people that are just really fucking arrogant, you know? And all I really wanted to do was set up a conversation with people. And here's the thing that really irks me. It's like, I get it. You guys are slammed. You guys get thousands upon thousands of submissions. Okay? I get it. But if you felt the need after you read the shit, you felt it obviously interesting enough to read what I sent you to talk about the dialogue heavy part, unless all they did was glance down and see just a bunch of dialogue and didn't bother to read the things that I had sent before that, right? Then they're just complete fucking morons. They don't even bother to read their shit. Their submission. So here's the thing. You can't just send shit to an agent. Every single agent has a preferred way for you to send a submission to them. They want you to do a cover letter. They want you to explain your shit. And then they want to send, maybe 1 to 10 pages or maybe 1 or 2 chapters, depending. Okay? So you have to read everything to their specifications when you bundle it up and send that little package onto them. It's really irritating when they ask for you to send a certain thing, you send it to them, and then they don't even bother to read it or understand what the fuck you're saying. But they want to send some shit back to you, some criticism without any constructive to it, other than to say, oh, this is the other thing that fucking drove me nuts. She said the dialogue, the way that the character spoke wasn't realistic. She said, oh, people that age don't talk that way. I'm like, bitch, please. This motherfucker talks like I talk minus the F-bombs. So, fuck you and the horse you rode in on, because, bitch, you don't know every single fucking industry. Every industry has their own little idiosyncrasies in the way that they talk, the way they carry themselves, the things that they do, the people that they hang out with. Their peer groups are going to communicate and talk differently than somebody else's. Computer programmers and people inside of tech talk differently, right, than nurses. How do I know this? Because when I listen to my wife and all of her friends talk, I'm completely fucking lost. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're talking about blah, 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 blah. Oh, remember we used the blah, 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 blah with that gauge, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, me dum-dum, go other room. You know what I mean? And then I sit around people, and we're sitting there talking about TCP packets. We're talking about TCP IP. We're talking about fucking HTML, HTML5. We're talking about JavaScript, JSON. We're talking about all kinds of different shit. And some other people look at it. I don't get it. You know what I mean? It's stupid. I was like, wait a minute. So let me get this straight. So when I hit 40, I'm suddenly inexplicably supposed to be speaking like this? I'm supposed to be speaking like an adult? Well, gosh darn it, that's what I should do then. I should become an adult, and I should carry myself accordingly. Here, what do you say, gentlemen? Speak up. What do you gentlemen say? What does thou thinketh, Sparkles? Fuck that bitch! That's what I'm saying. Even though in the book, Sparkles don't drop F-bombs. But in the chat, right here, she can drop F-bombs. Oh, shit. Oh, let's see. Old radio series were great. War of the Worlds, radio broadcast, best ever. The Shadow Knows. Lone Ranger. Hi-ho, Silver, and away! I used to love the Paul Harvey segments on the radio, considering the main character is very much like a certain real-life jackalope we all know and love. That's my point! So when she said, adults don't talk like that, I'm like, And here's the other thing. Here, I'll let you guys see some crazy shit. Let's see here. Oh, come on. Is this bitch locking up for you guys too? Like, is it frozen with my hat? Like, I'm just holding my hat? Like, what is going on here? There, now it's back. There's something. Hang on. There's something. No, there's nothing running. There's nothing running on this machine right now other than the Streamlabs OBS. Huh. Okay. Well, anyway, so check this out. The other thing I've been getting is they said, oh, you know, Ethan looks really young to be in his 40s. And I was like, well, he did go through this purging process that changed and shifted his body up immensely. But if you guys really wanted to see how Ethan looks, in the beginning of the, oh shit, that's not it. In the beginning of the book, where is it at? That's not it. Here it is. This is how he looks in the beginning of the book. Okay, so he starts off, okay, let's see if I can resize. Whoop. So this is Ethan before the purge. Okay, so, you know, he's a little out of shape. No big deal. No big deal. He's a little out of shape. But then, you know, he goes through this whole big purge process, which was really, really horrible. And he just goes through a lot of pain, and shit just comes leaking out of him and everything else. And then, blam, he embraces the full Nephilim side, and ta-da. So you guys get a chance to see some inside shit. Yeah, he got those moves going, don't he? Those moves are going for days. That's one of the best things to fall off of him. You know what I mean? All the gray hair. This basically is like a rejuvenated him, gave him more dense muscles and everything else, and so, you know, and allowed him actually to do a lot of crazy shit. But yeah, so in the beginning of the book, he's a coder, you know, and then he goes through some shit, and he ends up better for it. You know, but it's funny because you know, you see the cover, and you see, I mean, if I had him with the moves on the cover, nobody would pick that shit up, period. They'd be like, ugh, he doesn't look very heroic at all. Shit, he looks like a fat fuck. You know, which is one of the things that I get continually on the Angry Jackalope side. I don't get fucked with really on this side, but on the Angry Jackalope side, man, I get probably 2 or 3 messages a week where people just talk bullshit about, oh, your fat ass couldn't walk half a mile. I'm like, oh my god, again with the fucking walking half a mile. Motherfuckers, I have you know I walk about 3 miles a fucking day now in my current shape. And I'm just like, fuck. I had to delete somebody today that was talking shit about the old video, saying, yeah, you might want to take those blades and cut your backyard. I'm like, yeah, you might want to shut the fuck up. I know, right, Magic? That's what I want to do. I'm like, you know what? The purge was bad enough. It fucking was so painful and so nasty that, you know, he fucking passed out for, what, 12 hours? I'm like, fuck, I'll give you fucking 24 hours. Just drop my shit like that. You know, I'm like, and then be able to pop my shit out, dislocate my own shoulders to do crazy shit. I'm like, I'm down. I'm down. Sign me up, motherfucker. I'd love to be a fucking Nephilim. But anyway, it was funny because the shit I get from certain people, they're like, he doesn't look old enough. I'm like, he's a fucking Nephilim. Basically, he's a Nephilim demigod. Demigods stay young, motherfucker. That's just the nature of it. I didn't make the rules. I can make any fucking rule I want. So my rule, my book is, when they fucking go through this shit, they end up getting fucking yoked out. Yoked out! I'll show you a motherfucker who's real skinny. I'll show you another render. These are raw renders, by the way. These ones haven't been all um, haven't been updated with all the Photoshop and everything else, but I got two more for you that are fucking cool as shit. All right, so this one right here is a cat named Mordecai. Now, Mordecai is almost... What the fuck is going on here? Mordecai is almost 7 feet tall. He's a fucking tall dude. And he's really kind of gaunt. You know, he's a real skinny dude, but he's pretty badass. You know, he's well, actually, he didn't know all the martial arts. He had to spend 10 years learning the martial arts. Um, so this is him. This is Mordecai. He's about 7 feet tall. And he's super thin, super duper thin. And so I walk at work 5-6 miles a day, and it's not fun. And on a note, I'm out. Later on. Okay, backwoods. Later, brother. So this one is I have a lot of work to do on the blade, because all of us blade folks know there ain't no fucking edges on here. Oh no, when I'm done with him, he's gonna look a lot more rugged. Like I said, this is the raw. I mean, a lot of these too aren't gonna be how you guys picture them, because that's the beauty of the way I wrote it. I didn't write things so fucking granular that, you know, you knew he had a 1/4-inch cleft in his chin and blah blah blah, and he had hawk-like features, and you know what I mean. I left a lot of it for you guys to just kind of imagine, have fun with. You know what I mean? But here's another one. This one might look like what you thought. I'm not sure. Let's see. Booyah. Okay. Let's resize this. It's a pretty big picture, this one right here. There you go. This one still needs quite a bit of work, just because I have to really lighten up a lot of the core stuff here. But this is pretty much how Melissa comes out. When she comes out, and what's really crazy about the render is I spent a lot of time on her eyes, which you can only see if I give you the close-up here. And even then, I still have some more work that I have to do, but that's Melissa right there. You know. But yeah, so this is Melissa, and she's a guardian angel. And what's cool is, even this, since people are here, let's move that, grab this one. Okay, so these are the raw. Remember, these are the raw. I haven't had a chance yet to really go in and do my thing to them yet, you know, really bring them to life. But if you look at the details on her armor, what's really cool, and her actual outfit, is the texturing that's in there. Let's see. This one. You can see on the armor, you can see the same pattern kind of replicates itself, very similar across there. So she's going to be a fun one when I have her all the way done. So you can't see the nose hairs. Yep. And then I think I have one more, which is the Oracle from book 1. And this one is kind of a teaser, you know, like little foreboding, I guess. There we go. So it's kind of a little hint. So this is something I have for later on to start to tease with, but I figured while I was rendering stuff out and I wanted to experiment with the black eyes, I went this route because I'm going to kind of progressively shift her into a different character that appears later on. But that's pretty much how she looks. She's really young in this first book. So that is most of the stuff that I've been working. I've been busting my ass. What's this shit? Jesus Christ, I get so much stuff here. Let's see here. Amber Heard mixed with Ali Lauder. Is Ash vs Evil Dead? No, Ash is done. It's dead. No more. Yep, Roy nailed it. Could be wrong. Probably right. Show ended. I bought DVDs. Hell yeah. So anyway, I've been putting all of that stuff together. I have one character left to render out, and that's going to be Savage. So I'll do Savage because he's the big bad guy that's in the first book. I was thinking about doing Lucifer, but I decided against it. I was kind of like, fuck it. You know, I can't really do him the way I want to do his design. So, no biggie. But yeah, you guys got a bunch of sneak peeks on everything that I got going down there. But yeah, she is a little bit younger, but the software I have won't go too much. It goes either like super young, like a baby, or it goes like 13, 14. She's supposed to be around 11, 12-ish in the book. So I kind of was like, you know what? She's young enough in that right there. Because really the black eyes, that's really not even applicable until we start to flash on her in the second book, you know? So I was kind of like, fuck it. It was something I just did. It was a render I did just to test out the features of her young. But yes, Lucifer is overdone, but the way that I have Lucifer set up in this book series is different. Is a little bit different than the Lucifers and some other stuff, just because there is a very interesting delineation and break from traditional archetypes that the stories have. Even with, oh yeah, Lucifer's a fucking good guy, look, he's helping out, blah blah blah. No, it's not quite like that. It's a little different, a little bit different. So I'm pretty happy with the way that character came out. And I think it's even more interesting when you get all the way through to the end of book 3, and then you're like, oh shit, okay, I get it. There's a big overarch twist that happens across the whole entire series, that when you get to the very last part of book 3, the very ending, you go, what the fuck? Like there's a couple of what the fuck moments, like, what? And then when you read it, you go, oh, okay. And here's the cool thing. What I've done with this series is I've created a mythology that will span every single book I put out going forward. Damn, wife made me miss Lucifer. I got re something. Archangel of Genocide is better. I don't know who the Archangel of Genocide is. I know there's I think there's Abaddon, who is also known as the Destroyer, who God used in the Bible 2 or 3 times to lay down some serious shit. And then yes. Don't give any more away than that magic. Oh fuck, I'm froze again. Fuck. Seems like every so often this shit just fucking freezes on me. I don't know what the fuck happened. Rewind. Yeah. So it's gonna be fun to see. I think it was funny. Um, ooh, you know what? I've only read um which Anne Rice book. So there's Interview the Vampire stuff. That's the only stuff that I'm familiar with from her. Although I know she's got a ton of other books, but I just never really followed up. I think we just have the. I think there was only two books we had: the Interview the Vampire and something Lestat. I think that was the second book. Anyway, yeah, I know what you're doing. I know magic. Christopher Walken in the Prophecy movies. Genocide shows up. Hmm. I remember a Prophecy movie, the very first one. I didn't think I watched. Well, I think I might have watched the second one. I don't remember now. It's been so many years. It's been so many years. I was just all walking. I had this watch up my ass for like fucking 15 years. You know what though, Yakalo? It's really, you know what, man? I wouldn't worry too much about it. I remember I had this guy I used to work with, was super fucking skinny, but dude was pretty strong. And then, as far as you're skinny, I mean, you're skinny is because of something. You get me? It's not like you're just fucking skinny. Um, okay, cool. Lucifer Showed and Lestat Vampire books. Yeah. So, like I said, we have two of them. The only one I've read, I wasn't sure on the second one. The only one I read was the actual first one. Um, yeah, Interview with the Vampire. I think that was the one I read. I gotta remember. And it's been fuck. That's a sad thing too. It's like I have probably about 4 or 5 book series that are my favorite. And the thing that's funny is I'll read the book and I'll remember stuff about it, but then I'll reread it later and I'm like, holy shit, how'd I fucking miss that? I don't, what the fuck? So it's like, there's always shit. It's kind of like watching movies. Second time or third time, there's things you miss. But it's like, it seems like for me anyway, sometimes I'll read something and it might be the third or fourth time I've read it. Like Roger Zelazny's Nine Princes in Amber. I've read that series now 4 times, and then I've listened to it audiobook, the first 4 books anyway, at least twice. So anyway, yeah, 3 of them. Yep, yep. I remember the second was kind of shit, if I remember correctly, on that Prophecy movie. I remember that boo boo. Trying to think, there was some other stuff I was gonna tell you guys about, but I'm drawing a blank. I'm fucking tired. I've been doing renders around the clock. I've been working out. The workouts, I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to do about a 3 mile walk with my daughter. We've been doing that now, going on a third week now, and it snowed like hell today, so I didn't get a chance to do my walk this morning. I got up at 5 and looked outside, and it was fucking like, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm not going out in that shit. Closed the door, so fuck it, and I went and just walked around my kitchen for a little bit. Alana's. Oh, you're talking Dogma, right? Dogma with it had oh my god, Matt Damon in it too. Okay, I'll check out the Clint Eastwood trailer, Mule. Okay, I'll check that out. Oh, I also meant to tell you guys, if you guys have a Switch, um, Wicked Zen had told me about a game called Warframe. Okay, I thought you'd have to buy it but I guess apparently it's just a fucking free game. You can get it on a Switch. You can get it on a PC. My son came in the other day and was asking me about it, and I'm like, "You're the second motherfucker to bring this up." And so I had downloaded it, and I looked at it for like a hot 15 minutes, and it kind of reminded me of Destiny. And then I found out this came out before Destiny, and I was like, "Oh, well, this game's been around for a minute," but it's free on a Switch, so that's fucking cool. So anybody that it seems like a pretty deep game as far as uh, different types of combat and shit like that. I haven't played it enough to even really give you a full review on it, other than to say I was ready to go buy it just so I had the cartridge for the Switch for when we're gonna be going to see my wife in December. All right, Jackalope, laters. Yeah, I'm gonna be done here in 3 minutes anyway, so you're good. Be safe. Um, I was ready to buy it, but then I found out shit's free. So that's fucking great. It took all night to download that bitch on there. I saw it this morning. It was like blink, blink, blink while I was taking a shit. And I was like, God, I love the Switch just for that fact. You could sit there and fuck around and play a game while you're taking a dump. It's pretty fucking awesome. Anyway, on that fucking note, we're going to go ahead and wrap this shit up. Oh, called Blade. Hang on. I'll make a note of this shit because I tend to forget some of the stuff, and sometimes the chat doesn't really retain shit. Blade. Do you know who it's written by? Because I mean, I'm sure I can look up book series Blade, and there'll be probably a dozen or so that will have something with that. Smite. Okay. What about you guys know any good kind of urban fantasy type books? Yeah, see Dogma, George Carlin, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Kevin Smith, Salma Hayek. And it also had Irish Zombie Nation. Yeah, you're coming on 1 minute before I'm done. Oh, Smite video game. Oh shit, Smite video game. Okay, make a note of that. Yeah, I do know that game actually. That's the God one, right? I just saw a video talking about that's coming out on the Switch. The beta anyway in January or something like that. Yeah, I think that's coming out. But anyway, I will give you guys some last minute. Yep, and Alanis Morissette is God. I'll give you guys boop Sparkles again. Say what's up, motherfuckers? Yeah, behind the motherfucking book. Sparkles, boom. Valk, boom. The contest coming up. We'll have a Max 7. Another contest coming up. We'll have a Team Jackalope 5. Let's see. What else? Let's turn her off as we rattle through this shit super fast. Let's see. That was the fat Ethan at the very beginning of the book. Then he turns into yoked out Ethan. And that's the one that we know and love, has fun all the way through. And then Skinny Mordecai. 7 foot tall, super skinny, badass. And then we've got Melissa, the Archangel. No, she's not an Archangel. She's a Guardian Angel. Fucking Archangel. What the fuck am I talking about? And close up of her. Let's see. Well, something was here. Now it's gone. Yeah, it's gone now. Oh, there it is. There's her eyes. Da da da. And last but least, Oracle. All right. Let's see. Have you seen All the Weight, Kevin Smith? Yes, I did see it. He had a fucking heart attack on his last show. Almost died. Anyway, good night, guys. I will be. You won't. If you guys follow me on fucking Facebook, Twitter, all that other shit, you're gonna see all of the crazy marketing and stuff and the contests that are gonna be going down. If you guys came in late, just wait for this video to render. Go back to the beginning. You'll see the crazy contests and shit that I got coming up. With some really cool giveaways for a lot of you blade loving motherfuckers. All right, guys, that's it for now. I will see you guys next week. No rat bastard giveaway. Oh shit. Swan song. Robert R. McCormick. Swan song, huh? Robert R. McCammon. Got it. I'll check that out. Okay, guys, I'll be back next week. You guys be good, be safe, fucking live life, have a good time, all that jazz, and, you know, that's it. All right, guys, I'm out. No, Magic, you don't need to get a fucking Twitter account, dude. It's the same fucking contest. You're already entered into it anyway. You'll just get extra entries on the YouTube shit and the Facebook alone. So you're good. Don't worry about it. No worries. All right, guys. Hasta luego.